Coyote. Coyotes sit at the absolute cheapest end of this entire list, a truly widespread predator found across nearly every state in the country with often no closed season and no real bag limit standing in a hunter's way. Most states classify coyotes as a nuisance species too, meaning a basic small game or predator license covers this animal for around $20 to $40 total across an entire year of hunting. Some private ranches actively invite hunters to take coyotes completely free of charge alongside a bigger game hunt, treating this predator as a genuine bonus target rather than a separate paid pursuit at all. Landowners truly welcome this kind of help too, since coyotes cause real, documented losses to livestock and game bird populations across huge stretches of working ranch land, making a free hunting invitation genuinely mutually beneficial for both the rancher and the hunter alike. Guided coyote hunts do exist for hunters wanting expert calling instruction, typically running $150 to $300 per day, though the vast majority of coyote hunters simply head out on their own with a rifle and an electronic call. These guided sessions truly appeal most to beginners specifically wanting hands-on instruction in calling technique before ever attempting the pursuit entirely solo. Equipment costs stay truly low too, since almost any centerfire varmint rifle already sitting in a hunter's safe handles coyotes cleanly without ever needing a single specialized purchase. Night hunting with thermal optics has grown considerably in recent years too, adding real equipment cost for hunters chasing that specific technology, though a basic daytime calling setup still costs next to nothing to actually get started. Quality thermal scopes alone can run several $1,000s. A genuine investment only serious, dedicated predator hunters typically choose to actually make, though the technology genuinely opens up entirely new hunting hours previously unavailable to a purely daytime hunter. Ranchers and farmers across huge stretches of the country also actively welcome coyote hunters onto private land completely free, since this predator poses a real, ongoing threat to livestock and poultry alike. This mutual benefit arrangement truly opens up considerable private ground that would otherwise cost real money to access for almost any other species covered on this entire list. Meat and fur value truly add nothing to the total cost equation here either, since most coyote hunters pursue this animal purely for population control and the genuine challenge of the calling itself. Picture a hunter easing into position at dawn, an electronic call playing a wounded rabbit distress sound, waiting for the cheapest predator hunt in North America to actually pay off. Red fox. Red fox hunting runs nearly as affordable as coyote hunting, another widely distributed predator covered by the exact same basic small game or fur bearer license most states already require for coyotes anyway. Total license costs typically land between $20 and $50 depending on the specific state, with many regions allowing a truly generous bag limit given this species' healthy, stable population across most of its range. Calling techniques for red fox closely mirror coyote hunting too, using distress calls and decoys to draw a curious, hungry fox into range during the same cold weather months predator hunters already favor for coyotes. This overlap truly means a single well-stocked predator hunter can pursue both species using essentially the exact same gear and calling setup without any real additional investment required. Trapping remains a truly popular alternative method for red fox specifically, requiring a separate trapping license in most states, though the actual equipment cost stays relatively modest compared to guided big game hunts elsewhere on this list. A basic starter set of quality traps typically runs just a few $100s total, a truly one-time cost that can last a trapper many productive seasons, making trapping a genuinely economical long-term alternative to repeated ammunition costs over time. Fur value for red fox has fluctuated considerably over the decades too, meaning some hunters and trappers actually offset their total costs by selling pelts, though this rarely amounts to serious money in today's market compared to decades past when fur prices truly ran considerably higher. Guided fox hunts exist in some regions specifically for hunters wanting expert instruction, typically running similar rates to guided coyote hunts around $150 to $250 per day of instruction. Few hunters actually book a dedicated fox-only guided hunt though, since most simply add this species onto an already planned coyote trip without paying any real separate fee at all. Many hunters simply pursue red fox opportunistically while already out chasing coyotes, since both species respond to nearly identical calling setups and often share the exact same territory. Many wildlife agencies also encourage red fox hunting specifically to help protect ground-nesting bird populations, giving this already affordable pursuit a genuine conservation angle beyond the modest license fee alone. Picture a hunter working a fresh dusting of snow at first light. A red fox's distinctive tracks leading toward a call setup that costs next to nothing to actually run. Bobcat. Bobcats represent a genuine step up in both cost and difficulty from the two predators already covered, a considerably more elusive and secretive animal that demands real skill to consistently locate and call into range. A basic bobcat tag typically runs $25 to $60 for residents, though non-resident tags and specific regional permits can push that baseline cost noticeably higher depending on the exact state. Some states also cap the total number of bobcats a single hunter can legally take each season, a real conservation measure worth checking before planning an entire trip around this specific predator. Guided bobcat hunts using trained hounds have become truly popular too, typically running $250 to $3,000 depending on hunt length and whether the outfitter bundles this specific predator alongside a larger combination hunt. Many big game outfitters across the West actually offer bobcat as an inexpensive add-on species too, tacking on a modest $250 to $600 fee for hunters already booked on an elk or deer hunt in the exact same general area. This bundling approach truly benefits both parties, letting an outfitter add real revenue while giving hunters an affordable extra trophy on the exact same trip. A genuine win for outfitter and client alike without adding any real extra travel or logistics. Calling in a bobcat demands truly more patience than coyote or fox hunting, since these cats respond more cautiously and often require a considerably longer, quieter setup before ever actually committing to the call. A single sit can truly stretch well past an hour before a truly cautious bobcat finally works up the confidence to approach a distress call directly. Fur value for bobcat has historically run higher than red fox too, occasionally offsetting real hunting costs for trappers working areas with truly strong bobcat populations, since spotted bobcat fur has long commanded a genuine premium over plainer colored pelts. Some states also require a specific bobcat harvest tag separate from the general hunting license, an additional but truly modest cost most hunters barely notice next to bigger game tag fees, especially when bundled onto an already planned deer or elk trip. Public land opportunities for bobcat also remain truly widespread across much of the country too, meaning a hunter without access to private ground can still pursue this specific predator without paying real premium access fees, keeping this specific pursuit genuinely accessible to hunters on any real budget. Picture a hunter settled patiently near a rocky outcrop at dusk, a bobcat finally emerging cautiously after a call setup considerably more expensive in time than in actual dollars spent. American alligator. American alligators occupy a truly unique cost tier among North American predators, since most southern states manage this specific species through a strictly limited lottery permit system rather than an over-the-counter tag any hunter can simply buy. Louisiana, Florida, and several other Gulf Coast states charge relatively modest permit fees, typically $25 to $100 for the actual tag itself, though winning that lottery draw in the first place remains truly competitive given real demand. Some hunters apply for years running before finally drawing a coveted tag, treating that eventual success as a genuine milestone worth the wait, no different from the patience required for premium sheep or moose tags covered elsewhere on this channel. Guided alligator hunts have grown considerably in popularity too, typically running $500 to $2,500 depending on trophy size and whether the outfitter includes meat processing and hide handling in that total package price. Many first-time alligator hunters specifically choose a guided option since the combination of boat handling, tackle, and the actual harvest itself truly demands real local expertise most visiting hunters simply don't possess. Specialized gear matters here in ways it simply doesn't for the smaller predators already covered, since alligator hunting typically demands a boat, heavy tackle for the initial hook and line approach, and a truly powerful firearm for the actual finishing shot. Renting this specific gear rather than buying it outright truly makes sense for a hunter attempting this pursuit only once, since much of the specialized equipment sees truly limited use outside this one specific hunt. Trophy-sized alligators pushing past 12 feet can command real premium guiding fees too, since outfitters specifically targeting these larger, older animals typically charge more for the added time and skill this exact pursuit demands. Locating one of these truly massive, wary old bulls often takes considerably longer than an average-sized alligator, adding real time and cost to an already involved hunt. Meat and hide value truly helps offset overall costs too, since alligator meat sells well commercially, and a quality hide can fetch real money from tanneries specializing in exotic leather goods, occasionally covering a truly meaningful portion of an entire guided hunt's total cost. Season timing also matters considerably here, since most states run a truly short alligator season concentrated across late summer and early fall, meaning a missed permit drawing means waiting a full additional year. That narrow window also concentrates real demand into just a handful of weeks, driving guided hunt prices noticeably higher during the genuine peak of the season itself. Some landowners in core alligator territory also sell private tags directly too, occasionally commanding real premium prices well above the standard state permit fee for access to truly productive private water, land known for consistently holding larger, more mature alligators than heavily pressured public areas. Picture a hunter easing a boat quietly along a moonlit bayou, a massive alligator's eyes finally reflecting back in the spotlight after months of waiting on a competitive lottery permit. Gray wolf. Gray wolves present a truly strange cost structure among North American predators, since the actual tag itself remains surprisingly cheap, while successfully harvesting one without expert help proves considerably more difficult than the modest price tag alone might suggest. Idaho charges resident hunters just $19 for a wolf tag, with non-residents paying around $350. Prices conservation groups have specifically criticized as truly undervaluing an animal this difficult to actually locate and harvest. For comparison, that same non-resident hunter typically pays over 20 times more for a pheasant tag. An odd pricing gap critics say fails to reflect the wolf's genuine ecological significance, especially given the species' well-documented role in reshaping entire ecosystems since reintroduction. Montana runs a truly similar pricing structure too, and both states now bundle wolf tags directly into broader sportsman's package licenses alongside deer, elk, and bear tags for a modest additional cost. This bundling approach means many hunters end up owning a valid wolf tag almost by default, whether or not they ever truly plan to seriously pursue the species that specific season. Despite that low sticker price, successful wolf harvests remain truly rare without real expertise, since these animals travel considerably farther and behave far more cautiously than coyotes or bobcats covered earlier on this list. Most hunters who tag a wolf actually do so incidentally while pursuing elk or deer, rather than through a truly dedicated, standalone wolf hunt, meaning the true cost of a wolf harvest often hides inside a broader big game trip's overall price tag. Guided wolf hunts, often bundled directly into broader elk or deer combination packages, typically add anywhere from $500 to $2,000 onto an existing big game hunt rather than being sold as a truly standalone product. Very few outfitters anywhere actually market a dedicated wolf-only hunting package, reflecting just how unpredictable a truly successful wolf harvest truly remains even for experienced guides. Wolf trapping requires additional certification too, with Idaho specifically mandating a wolf trapper education course alongside a separate $250 trapping license before a hunter can legally set traps at all. This additional educational requirement truly reflects just how much real skill wolf trapping specifically demands compared to trapping considerably smaller, less wary fur bearers. The species' truly controversial conservation status also means regulations shift considerably more often here than for any other predator on this list, making current research absolutely essential before booking any specific wolf hunt. Conservation organizations have specifically pushed for higher wolf tag pricing in both states too, arguing the current fees truly undervalue an animal this ecologically significant and this difficult to actually harvest. Picture a hunter glassing a distant timbered ridge at first light, A truly cheap tag in their pocket, though the actual wolf itself remains every bit as elusive as its modest price tag might suggest otherwise. Mountain lion. Mountain lions close out this list as truly the most expensive and most exclusive predator hunt available anywhere in North America, a considerably more demanding pursuit than every other animal already covered combined. Guided mountain lion hunts using trained hounds typically run $3,000 to $8,000 for a standard multi-day hunt, reflecting both the genuine skill required and the real logistical demands of maintaining a quality hound pack year-round. Feeding, training, and veterinary care for an entire pack of skilled hounds represents a genuine year-round expense. Outfitters must factor into their pricing regardless of how many actual hunts they book each season. Utah's public land guide services frequently price cougar hunts around $3,000 for hunters who've already drawn a limited entry tag, while Idaho outfitters commonly charge $8,000 or more for a dedicated 6-day hunt. That price gap largely reflects differences in overall hunt length and the specific terrain each outfitter's hound pack must actually cover during a typical pursuit. Non-resident cougar tags themselves add real additional cost too, typically running several $100s on top of whatever guiding fee an outfitter separately charges for the actual hunt, meaning a hunter's true all-in cost often runs noticeably higher than the advertised guiding fee alone might initially suggest. This entire pursuit depends almost entirely on a skilled houndsman and a truly well-trained pack of hounds capable of picking up and following cold, fading tracks across miles of rugged winter terrain. A truly experienced houndsman represents years of accumulated field knowledge too. Expertise that truly justifies the premium price tag attached to the very best guide services in this specific pursuit. Knowledge built across countless winters spent reading tracks most hunters would never even notice. Many Western states also require drawing a truly limited entry tag through a competitive lottery system first, meaning some hunters wait several full seasons before ever actually securing legal permission to hunt this specific animal at all. Some hunters accumulate preference points for years, specifically targeting a single premium unit, treating the eventual draw as a genuine milestone worth the long wait. Trophy fees for an especially large tom can push total costs considerably higher too, with some premium outfitters charging real additional money specifically for exceptional record-class cats. A truly massive tom pushing well past 150 pounds represents a real trophy achievement, one many serious houndsmen specifically chase across an entire dedicated career, treating each new record-class cat as a genuine professional milestone worth real celebration. Winter access into truly remote mountain lion country also adds real logistical cost too, since outfitters often rely on snowmobiles or snowshoes just to reach the rugged terrain this specific predator actually calls home. Picture a hunter following a pack of baying hounds through fresh snow at dawn, the culmination of the single most expensive and most demanding predator pursuit found anywhere across the entire continent.